Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having an Aquarius Sun and a Cancer Ascendant in a natal chart. Now, as many of you may realize and know that there's I don't know if I'm saying this right, dichotomy between these two signs, because you have Aquarius Sun, which of course is masculine, it's extroverted, can be very sociable. I call it the universal friend syndrome. They're often about making friends and acquaintances and do so very readily. While Cancer Ascendant, okay, Cancer is a feminine sign, is rather introverted and can be somewhat of a homebody and very strongly connected and enamored with activities at home. And when you have this, they are incompatible by sign, and could cause some tension and frustration because of this. By having something, you have two signs that are nearly diametrically opposed in a way. Even though they're in conjunct by sign, there's still a very big disparity between these two signs. Now, having Cancer Ascendant, the person will likely come across more as far as their outer demeanor and their projection of self, what's readily seen to others more as a Cancer as opposed to Aquarius. And there might be this more vulnerable, sensitive front, which may camouflage and conceal to some degree the more objective, the more, I guess, sometimes scientific, or more, I guess you could say, the more the sign that is more also optimistic, some degree, Aquarius. And really, and when you look at this, okay, now in the natal chart, the sun represents our basic wants, while the rising sign or ascendant can represent the manner or method in which one attains these basic wants. Now, for our Aquarius Sun, the basic wants can be connected with freedom, friendship, collective good for others, even sometimes global things like global awareness, doing things for very large groups that are beneficial to large groups, just being different and unique, often being part of a group, things connected with reform, being progressive, and the basic ones can be connected with things that are goal-oriented. So it could be aspirations, perhaps. Now, having a Cancer Ascendant, these basic wants of Aquarius might be attained with a lot of emotional energy, with a lot of sensitivity, by showing, maybe through nurturing. Perhaps that's how, in a lot of, maybe to some degree, this person gets the friendship, so that's connected with the Aquarius basic wants, by showing the Cancer Ascendant compassion and sympathy, and perhaps by being Cancer can be tenacious as well, and it could be through an indirect manner, not always through a direct method, maybe attaining this. Now, also, it could also be through perhaps Cancer-like professions, such as the goal-oriented things, the aspiration. That could be attained perhaps through a Cancer-like profession, such as gardening, cultivating, real estate. Maybe this person brings that strong cerebral, even sometimes ingenious energy, perhaps into maybe a home repair, or maybe things that are connected with the home. Maybe in home design, for example, and showing the Aquarian perhaps a creativity and ingenuity by doing so, maybe with the home, something at the home which is Cancer related. Perhaps that goal, the thing I was talking about before with the goal related thing, could be, maybe it could be connected with other Cancer-like professions, such as plumbing, fishing, boating, anything with water, such as oceanography. Maybe through nutrition, being a nutritionist could be another thing. Through the medical field, they may show this strong Aquarius Sun humanitarian energy, but doing so in even a more sensitive and nurturing Cancerian like manner. And the thing is, that this person that has the Cancer Ascendant and Aquarius Sun, Well, this person, well, the Cancer Ascendant having this might make this person a little bit more passive and a little bit more easygoing than the typical Aquarius Sun, and could apt to be more, at least come across as more conventional and more conservative. And the ideas might not always be quite as outlandish as the typical, or even always ingenious as the typical Aquarius Sun. It's not to say that Cancer people have Cancer problem in their horoscope can't be that way, but it's not, it probably won't be expressed as readily, at least out on the surface. So anyway, it's important to look at the aspect, if any, that is made between the Sun in Aquarius and the Cancer Ascendant, as this could indicate whether these energies may integrate well or perhaps not as well. Now, in many cases, the person will have an inconjunct aspect take place between the Aquarius Sun and the Cancer Ascendant. And let's say the Aquarius Sun is 4 degrees and the Cancer Ascendant is 6 degrees. That would form an inconjunct aspect. They're already inconjunct by sign, which is incompatible, but this is how I see it. But if you have it in the aspect, it could even intensify this even more. And even if the person is not cognizant of his or her astrological placements, it could indicate some feelings of perhaps consternation, frustration, exasperation, and tension due to the fact that this person, what they're projecting outwardly, may be strongly different than what is going on inside. And this person may feel somewhat misconstrued and misunderstood by others. Now, same thing could happen if you have an out of sign opposition aspect take place between these energies. Let's say the Aquarius Sun is at 1 degree and the Cancer Ascendant is at 28 degrees. Well, that would form an out of sign opposition aspect, which could be adverse or adversarial. And like the inconjunct, this person may have feelings of maybe being misunderstood or misconstrued by others due to the fact what they're projecting outwardly may be strongly different than what is going on inside, and thus causing those feelings of exasperation and tension, what I was describing before. Now, on the positive side, you could also have an out of sign trine aspect take place between these energies. Let's say the Aquarius Sun is at 29 degrees and the Cancer Ascendant is at 2 degrees. Well, that would form an out of sign trine aspect between these energies, which could be positive and auspicious. It could have a little better integration or blending of this energy as opposed to the inconjunct or opposition aspect. Now, they're still incompatible by sign, so you're still going to have a little bit that tension anyway, but it could flow a little bit better if you have the trine aspect. Now, also, it's important to look at where the Sun in Aquarius is posited by house position, as even though the Cancer Ascendant may suppress that Aquarius Sun energy to some degree, the house placement that it is in could indicate where that Aquarius Sun energy may still come out at least somewhat prominently to some degree. Now, let's say that the Aquarius Sun is posited in the 7th house. Well, this is an angular house, and this energy can be a little bit more emphasized as opposed to the 8th or 9th house because it is angular. And the Aquarius Sun energy, that innovative or that eclectic, that eccentric side might come out strongly in matters connected with partnerships, relationship situations. This humanitarian side might come out strongly in that, and this person might use a really strong superior mental ability, perhaps in dealing with open adversaries, such as in a courtroom situation, if applicable. Now, if the Aquarius Sun is posited in the 8th house, well, this Aquarius energy, maybe some unpredictability might come out in matters maybe connected, maybe with the sexual partner. It could come out maybe in the ways of some kind of transformation, maybe even in matters if the person is interested in astrology, they might bring an eclectic or ingenious or somewhat different approach to that, maybe to astrology, occult, supernatural subjects, even maybe matters pertaining to death. If the person has the Sun in Aquarius posited in the 9th house, well, this energy might be dissipated to some degree because the 9th house is a cadent house, and generally the energies that are in a cadent house as opposed to the other types of houses can be diminished and weakened to some degree. Now, However, this Aquarian energy might come out strongly in matters connected with philosophy. Maybe there's some unconventional or unorthodox philosophies this person may have, and it could also indicate maybe in higher education as well. It may maybe the person will take a course, for example, maybe in matters connected with perhaps with Aquarius, such as esoteric subjects, maybe even astrology, or for example, or even maybe something with computers or electronics. And anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having the Sun in Aquarius and a Cancer Ascendant in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having an Aquarius Sun and a Leo Ascendant in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.